Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Chronically Chloe. My name is Chloe and I am a 29-year-old single mother of two living with polycystic kidney disease. In today's video, I am going to talk about something that I recently did that I found actually to be very helpful in planning out or making me feel more sound about planning for my transplant, and that is getting my living will and medical power of attorney and financial power of attorney written out so that I know kind of if anything happens that those documents are prepared. So if you want to hear more about that, then stick around. Okay, so I just want to preface the beginning of this video by saying I am not a lawyer and I am not giving any legal advice by any means, although I have spent a lot of time speaking with lawyers recently. I know nothing about the legal system. This is just my experience and what I found helpful. So in preparing for my upcoming surgery or whenever I will have my transplant, I've thought a lot about kind of my own mortality and what would happen to my kids if something were to happen. And I want to make sure that everything is kind of planned out for that. And it's worst case scenario, and I am really young to have to think about that stuff, but it's kind of the reality of the situation is that if something were to happen to me, I want to know what would happen to what I have and how that would be divided between my kids. And so I wanted to make sure that my family members weren't left scrambling, wondering what I would want. So I am in a number of networking groups for my career. So in one of my networking groups, I have an elder law attorney, and that's somebody who specializes in estate planning and these types of powers of attorney. And I deal a lot with these power of attorneys in my own profession and having to utilize them, but I am not in any way good at like drafting them for myself. So I know a lot of people will try to write their own because there are like just generate your own power of attorneys online that you can download and kind of write in. But in speaking with people, I've heard that sometimes those don't necessarily hold up in the event you may have to actually use it. And I want to know that if something comes up, everything is ironclad and taken care of. So what I did, and if you're in the Omaha or Nebraska area, I worked with Val at Elder Law. She's amazing. So if you are in the market for having any of these documents drafted, feel free to reach out to her. She is so great. But I had my medical power of attorney. So in the event I was unable to have or make my own decisions medically, so I appointed somebody in my family to be able to make those decisions for me. And then I had my financial power of attorney drawn up so that in the event I'm also incapacitated, there is somebody appointed to be able to access my bank accounts and access any of my debts and make those payments for me. So I can have that on file already with my bank and have that medical power of attorney on file already with the hospital and with the transplant center, so they know in the event something were to happen who I designated as my power of attorney already. I also chose to not have my medical power of attorney and my my financial power of attorney be the same person. That was a personal choice. I thought that if something were to arise, which I doubt would happen and I am praying does not happen, but I chose that I don't think that the person who would have to be in the hospital making medical decisions for me should also have to worry about making my car payment on time, because I feel like that's a lot of pressure from both sides. So I designated two separate people because I feel like that was a little bit more fair. I also listed people who are able to then pick up my children from school in these documents, so that it's all planned out in the event something were to go wrong in my transplant, or God forbid before that. And then I had a living will drawn up. And a living will sounds like what you would have like if you were to die, and like what I want done with my money or my assets. And that's not what that is. A living will, and again, I'm not a lawyer, but a living will is stating whether or not you want life-saving or life-sustaining measures like life support to keep you alive in the event you were to become like not have brain activity or brain dead. I don't know what the political term is for that, but so I had that form drawn up so I can also have that on file with the hospital so they know in the event something were to go wrong what I chose to have done in that instance. And then I'm working on a final will, and that would designate what would happen to my assets or my life insurance monies in the event I were to pass away unexpectedly or early, and my children were still young and not able to care for themselves or hold their own bank accounts, where that money would go, or who would get it. Would it be them, their fathers, stuff like that? I'm not obviously going to tell that to the internet, but that is all things that as a 29-year-old single mother I'm thinking about, because I want to make sure that my children are taken care of, and in the event something were to happen, that my family is not left scrambling wondering what I would want them to do. So I have all of this information prepared and in a nice little binder, and then it will be on file with the required institutions so that if it does happen, they don't have to wonder. Everybody already just knows. And personally, I think that that is a great thing to do if anybody is going in for an upcoming large surgery, so that it's peace of mind. And it's weird to think about mortality like that at this age, or something large like that at this age, but it's kind of cool too, because I feel more ready in a way, knowing that if something happens, everybody's gonna be okay. There's a plan. I'm a planner, so I have a nice big plan in place for everything in this instance. But yeah, so that's all I got. Elder law Val, she was great. I love her. She's very helpful, explained everything. So if you're in the market for a will, hit her up. Again, I'm Chloe, Chronically Chloe, and I will see you in my next video.